official, not how well you can attack your opponent. Candidate Hanlon, will you begin the cross-examination? You have 3 minutes and may begin.
Thank you. Senator Rankin, I'd like to take a minute to talk about education in Colorado. You on the Joint Budget Committee have been in charge of those budgets in that senior role, and you referenced that you wanted to expand funding for that, even though over the years you've been a leader in cutting back that funding. On July 28th, you were the co-author of a letter that was sent to Governor Polis asking for a special session to essentially have a discussion about a voucher program while districts out here were hurting so badly for funding. Could you explain to the voters why you believe a voucher program is appropriate out here in western Colorado?
It's fine. Thank you. I don't think we used the word voucher. What we asked for was a special session to address the special needs of school districts that are going back to work. There's 178 school districts, and they all have a slightly different plan. What's happening is parents are realizing that they have options. You know, they're forming these pods. They get about 10 students together and they hire a teacher. They're going to online schools that are not part of the public school system. There's so many different ways. Education will change. I was appointed by Governor Hickenlooper and reappointed by our current governor, Polis, to co-chair Education Leadership Council. And that's a bipartisan group of people who are, our challenge is to look forward. I had a lot of work in industry on visioning, and so I'm trying to lead a vision for the future of education. So I think this is part of it. Give parents the options of what they want to do. Why should they not be able to choose options for their kids?
So, Senator Rankin, you do agree, though, that that will reduce funding available for those school districts that are out here in western Colorado that already are struggling to hire teachers. So really, this is about making things better for constituents in Denver, not the West Slope.
I really don't agree with that. I think that, you know, the options for online schools and for pods are actually greater here in western Colorado. And by the way, I've been an advocate for what we call the rural school bump. Our schools do not get an equal break in the funding. Our funding formula is ridiculous. It's wrong. It's unconstitutional. It's almost immoral. And, you know, I've been an advocate for that. I would, in parallel with options, make sure that our rural school districts are survivable. Well, you can't really run a small district of a few hundred kids the same way you run Denver public schools. And so I've always been argued for let's taking care of the overhead. Let's make sure the school system is viable, and then let's let the money follow the pupil on top of that. So I really don't think it would, this proposal would denigrate our schools.